Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario 64. In the last episode, we got a couple of secret stars that were just lying around here on the top floor of the castle. In this episode, we're going to be heading into this course. The next course, the clock tower. Now, the clock has some interesting tricks to it. You see the tall hand there, the hour hand? Well, the minute hand, I guess. Technically, it is the minute hand. You want to watch the position of that when you jump into the course. If it's at the high noon, then the course will actually be frozen inside. And I'll show you what I mean by jumping in. Course 14, tick-tock clock. Number 1, roll into the cage. Now, this is a gigantic clock. Basically, Mario's been shrunken down to fit inside of a gigantic clock. And you can see all of the gears and mechanisms and everything inside are all frozen. That's what I mean when I say jumping in high noon makes the whole course frozen. Everything inside, all of these pendulums, all of the platforms, everything else would be moving except for the fact that we jumped in at the right time. Now, if you jump in at 3 o'clock, then the course is actually moving at a slower pace than usual. If you jump in at 6 o'clock, it's moving at a relatively normal speed, and if you jump in at 9 o'clock, it's moving faster. And if you jump in at any other time, it's moving at an irregular speed, where things will move more erratically. So, basically, you want to get used to having the clock turned off, and being able to navigate the course with the clock turned off, because there are some stars that are going to require it. If you're good enough, you can actually get all of the stars in this course with the clock turned off. Some people prefer to do it that way because they find the moving platforms in this course to be such a pain and a death trap. But not me. Not me. You can see there's actually 2 stars right one above each other. Go ahead and grab this one. I don't know if this is specifically the one that we're supposed to be looking for, but yep, it is. Roll into the cage. That was easy. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump right back in there. There we go. Oh, just missed it. So that means the clock is going to be moving at an irregular speed, pitting the pendulums. So you can see sometimes the pendulum will swing faster, sometimes it'll swing slower. These platforms are all moving and rotating. The conveyor belts are moving as well. This is widely regarded to be the hardest course in this game because you are in such a confined space, which means that the camera glitches out a lot more in this course than it does in almost any other course in this game. And with all of these constantly moving platforms and death traps, it's really easy to get pushed off and die. But as I said, if you're good enough at this game that you're able to navigate the platforms without much trouble, then this course isn't that bad. It is definitely one of the hardest courses in the game. I'm not saying it's not hard, it's just not as bad as a lot of people think, or a lot of people seem to remember. Alright, so for pitting the pendulums, we're going to want to keep climbing higher up into the clock than we did last time. There's a 1-up hidden on top of that pole. You can just keep running after you get it because it'll follow you all the way over here, and it won't disappear. Okay, you want to jump onto this little triangle platform over here. This is actually going to be a very, very important area for the 100 coin star once we come back to get that. You can see there's the pit and the pendulums. So you want to be very careful. This block, I don't think it can squash you, but it will bump you. It will bump you. Obviously, it's just an obstacle to jump around. There we go. There's our star. That's the thing about it, is that a lot of the stars here are just laying around, and you don't really have to try very hard to get them, aside from just navigating the platforms. So once you get a grasp of the moving platforms and how they work, then the course itself is not that difficult. It's just a matter of getting from place to place in time. But get a hand. I think we actually needed the course to be moving for this one, or at least technically I think we needed it to be moving for this one. Yes, because this is the one that is right, where is it? Right up there in that hole. But the only way to get it is by using the rotating clock hands above us to ride them across the middle of the clock and reach it. Well, that's not the only way to get it. That's the way that the designers intended you to get it, but it is possible to fall into that area or jump there by using some crazy long jumps, triple jumps, and things like that. I might give one of those a shot, but I doubt I'm going to be able to make it. So you can see, we're standing on the clock hand right now. The star is actually right across from us. So to get it, we would have to jump down or drop down from somewhere up there, because I don't think we can reach it from this angle. Alright, let's go ahead and try to get up a bit higher. Alright, so you can see they kind of put these little round platforms here to make it so that you couldn't get down there from up here, but it is possible. It just takes jumping, it just takes some precision jumping. There we go. There's star number 3, get a hand. We seem to be collecting just 1 coin in all of these stars so far. Though, admittedly, this course is the hardest course to get 100 coins in. I will grant it that. Because not only are a lot of the coins very missable, they're also... This course is so easy to die in that, you know, there's just so many things that you can do wrong. Alright, now stomp on the thwomp. This one, contrary to what you might think, there's a thwomp. There is actually a thwomp somewhere in this gigantic clock. And we have to go, we don't have to necessarily stomp on it as much as jump on its head, and use it to get up a bit higher to grab the star. Now it is possible, this is the one star that I used to think was impossible to get without the clock turned on, and it also happens to be one of the hardest stars in this course to get, because you have to climb up all the way to the very top of the course. But I did find out that it is possible to do it. You just have to do some tricky jumps off of platforms that you're not technically supposed to be able to jump off of. I believe you could wall jump that, but it's easier just to backflip in my opinion. There's a lot of things in this game that you can technically wall jump if you want to be stylish about it, but it's easier just to take your time and backflip most of the time. Get up there, Mario. There we go. Alright, now this is the part that I thought was completely impossible to pass by if the clock was turned off. And I believe they probably stopped the platform here intending that that was going to be the case, but it is possible to get up there with a hook jump, wall jump. Which is technically, I believe, the highest that you can get in this game. Even you can get higher, a higher jump with a hook jump, wall jump than you can even with the triple jump. So, go ahead and... Whoops. There we go. So, see what I mean about it being very easy to die in this course? If you fall, then it's very, very easy to just keep falling and falling and falling and falling and falling and falling and falling until you hit a platform way down below and end up losing half your health. This is one of the courses that is actually tall enough for Mario to lose more than just the 2 squares of health for a normal drop. You can, the animation they even have a different animation for it. You can see when he hits the ground, he ends up on his back instead of on his face, and instead of just squishing down, he looks like he's genuinely hurt. He's laying on his back like he just got the wind knocked out of him or something. So even the power of the stars won't be able to sustain Mario if you fall too many times in this course. Thankfully, though, they remembered to scatter a few hearts around and about, make it a little bit more friendly for you to climb your way back up. Alright. There we go. Now, let me see. Which way do I actually need to go? Not over there. I need to go up. So I was going the right way before, okay. I just want to make sure this... I don't go up to this part of the course very often. The only times you only have to do it twice, maybe 3 times. And never with the clock off. This is actually my first time trying to scale this high in the clock with the clock off. Let me just try a traditional jump here. There we go. Momentum, my friends. Alright, now this should also be impossible for you to get past, but again, hook jump, wall jump. I believe this is coins. Yes. A lot of these coin blocks have 10 coins in them because there aren't a whole lot of loose coins scattered around in this course, so they gave you a lot of mercy in that when you do find coins, it's usually a lot of them at once. There's more of them across these platforms. I believe there's a few more of them here, unless that's an extra life. I don't remember exactly. And I'm going very slowly here because I do not want to die at this point. Okay. That was close. Those platforms are annoying because that little ridge in the center will make Mario slide, and it's possible to make him slide right the heck off and into the abyss below. So you want to be careful. These are really annoying if the clock's moving because they only have flat on one side. All right, 10 coins there. Now we should have to ride this across to where the thwomp is, but I believe we can just jump there. Yeah, we should just be able to jump there from below and make it. Or maybe triple jump. Let me try the Mario cam here. Okay, let's see if I can make this. Nope. And I'm dead. There was absolutely nothing I could do about that. Oh well, I guess I'll try it with the clock on this time. See you guys in a minute. Alright, I made it back up here. Holy crap, I forgot how hard it is to climb this stupid clock with the things actually moving. I'm gonna need this extra life. You can see I actually lost... It says I lost 1, I actually lost 3. I've just picked up a whole bunch of extras on the way. I actually have the clock moving slow right now. I made the mistake of trying it both with it sped up, thinking that I could go through it a little bit faster, and with it at 6, which is actually the irregular speed. I thought it was any number but when it's on one of the 4 hours, but it's not. It's when it's at 6 o'clock, it moves crazy. So yeah. Note to self, don't ever try to do this when the clock is at 6. So now we're gonna have to ride this hand all the way back around to face the thwomp. There's actually a conveyor belt in front of the thwomp. I don't know if you can see it from here. See over there? There's a conveyor belt in front of him. And we have to ride it up towards him and then jump off his head and grab that star. Now, I can tell you this for a fact. I've only gotten this high in the clock 5 or 6 times. This is actually the very tip top of the clock. I've only got up here 5 or 6 times, and that as many times as it's taken me to beat the game. Aside from those times, I've never, ever tried to climb this high in the clock before. A lot of people like to play up here, like this is, they'll try out glitches and stuff this high in the clock because there's so much empty space, but not me. Yeah. The last thing I want to do is fall here. I believe there's coins in that block down there, but who cares? We want to get the star. Come on now. Come on! No! Crap! Alright. That took me about 8 minutes to work my way back up to this point, because on my way back to get to here, I fell. Yeah. Embarrassing, huh? I fell all the way down to the very bottom of the clock. And then I had to make my way all the way back up. Again, I haven't died, but it was darn close, so... Crap! This isn't supposed to be this hard. This is supposed to be the home stretch of this course. This is supposed to be the easy part. At the very end of a very long and hard process. How do I keep screwing this up? I've never had trouble getting on top of the thing before. You know, I don't believe in curses and things like that, but there's something about recording that always makes things go wrong. Darn it! There we go, finally. Finally, thank God! Took me long enough. Our recording's up to 24 minutes already, and we still are only about halfway through this course. And I haven't done the 100 coins yet. Oh boy, this is gonna be a long one. This is one of the main reasons I wanted to stop using Audacity, is because I knew for long recordings like this one, there was no way that Audacity would be able to handle it without crashing. Time jump on moving bars. This is one that we actually passed on our way up to the thwomp. I will show you guys where it is. It's very easy to find. This way. Yeah, this one, I don't know why they don't have the thwomp one as the very last star in this course, because honestly, it's the hardest one in this course to get. This one is, compared to that, this is a cakewalk. You don't have to go nearly up as high in the clock to get it. I mean, you do have to go to this, like, the second tier of the clock. That's what I count after that platform that freezes in the wrong place. Not this one, the next one. Whoops. Ow. But yeah, it's after... This is the... I always sort of calculated this clock in tiers in my head. This is the first tier of the clock. It's the first tier up to a point. All of this is the easy part. This is the part that's easily accessible from when the clock is stopped. It's after this point, coming up. Let me show you right up here. This square platform right here, this is the beginning of the second tier. If you can't get up to the rest of the clock from here, you're stuck in the first tier. And that's what I used to think, was that you were stuck in the first tier unless the clock was moving. And by used to, I mean like years ago when I was a little kid and I played this crap. Yes, I did play this crap. Alright, I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, so I'm back up here to the beginning of the second tier, and the star itself, as I said, isn't nearly as hard as Stomp on the Thwomp, considering that it's literally right up here. Time jump on moving bars. Yeah, right. This is going to be one of those recording sessions where I just go through and edit out everywhere that I'm not talking, because that means that I'm backtracking or making progress that I've already made. Alright, so, time for the 8 red coin mission. This 8 red coins, tricky but not hard. You're not going to die very much on this. It says stop time for 8 red coins. This is the only star that the clock has to be stopped for to get. All the rest of them you can technically get either way, but this one the clock has to be stopped for, because the coins are here amidst all of these horrible platforms. I hate these platforms, because these sloped surfaces and physics with sloped surfaces is something that Nintendo didn't get right until Super Mario Galaxy. They're bad in this game, they're bad in Super Mario Sunshine, and yeah, they didn't get it right until Galaxy. I don't know why, but it's just like the surface physics on these platforms is just enough off that it throws off your whole game. All right, so there's a coin here, there's a coin there, and there's another one right over here. Now we're gonna want to remember where these coins are and how to get them, because we're gonna have to come back and get them when we get the. Ugh. See what I mean? You can fall pretty easily from these platforms, but there's a heart right here, and there's no bottomless pits around these platforms at all. So this is actually really, really easy. It can take a while. It can be a little frustrating, but you're not gonna die when you do this. Like so. But like I said, you're going to want to remember where these coins are and how exactly you got them, because you're going to want to come back and get them again when you do the 100 coin mission in this level, because there are 16 free coins just sitting here doing nothing, and you do not want to pass that up. There we go. It appears right behind us at the end of those two platforms side by side. Right over there. You have to actually make a leap of faith to get this, oddly enough. But you land on a platform anyway. It just appears way above the star, where the star would normally appear. Alright, so 100 coin time. 100 coin star time. Whew. Here we go, folks. I'm gonna go in there with the clock off and hope for the best. I will see you guys in a moment. Oh, so help me if I can't reach that. Oh, I got it. Yes! 100 coins and tick-tock clock, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hey, let's grab some more while we're at it. Why don't we? Why not? See, I knew that this wasn't coins. Glad I didn't try for that. Bullseye. All right. Whew, you don't guys have no idea how relieved I am to have that course over. Anyway, in the next episode, we'll be going on to the final course of the game, up there. In that hole in the wall, which will then take us to the sky.